Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt Fleischer, and today we're talking about local SEO. If you run a local business and if you're struggling to get found on Google Maps, Google in general, you're trying to get leads, trying to get calls, this is going to be the video for you because we're going to deep dive into some research. I'll show you guys how to make some awesome content that will rank in Google. This is a great time to mention that I now offer a one-on-one experience with you guys. So if you're interested at all in trying to rank your sites higher, if you're doing local SEO, if you have questions about social media, any of this stuff, I will do a one-on-one with you. You can head to mattmakesmoney.com and there is a booking link below the opt-in. You just click that link, pick a time, and we can meet. I will share my screen with you. I will hold your hand and show you the tools that I use, and I will give you a ton of value. And if you guys are unsatisfied with the call, I will absolutely give you your money back. Smash the like button. Let's dive into the computer and I'll show you what's up. We've got all our tools here. We've got a suite of tools, and I think we might need some more. But we got ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grammarly, so we could check plagiarism, and then my favorite keyword tool, Ahrefs, so we could do a little research. Let's see best blog posts, okay? And that's kind of like the basic way that most people get traffic to their websites these days is through blogging. Now, a lot of people say blogging is dead. There's a huge shift happening with AI overviews. So if you haven't seen my video on that, definitely worth checking out my channel because I talk a lot about the AI overviews and how things are definitely shifting. A lot of small businesses that I've talked to, they will put up a service page, they'll put up a couple of things here and there, but they really don't know what to put on the site. And then they spend a massive amount of money trying to have people optimize the GMB, the Google Maps, My Business listings. They try to build beautiful sites and they try to spend all this money on ads, and they're spending top dollar for the ad. They're not getting the views and they are left not getting the business, and it's really disappointing and very expensive. So this is a cheap method to actually getting some easy content on the site, and we're going to make it useful stuff, and I'll show you guys a little bit of the tools that you can start building, because that is a fantastic way of getting traffic to your site as well. Not just the blog content, but also having helpful tools on the site is a major way to get people in the door. We're going to actually build a tool for my site because I think it's a good idea. So best blog posts, right? So people are looking up like best, they're trying to figure out what to blog about. So I had a chat open here before, and it was this, I think. So I was asking ChatGPT, I'm basically trying to figure out a PHP tool, and I'll show you guys how to write actual content as well. And I wanted it to come up with a set of keywords that I could do traffic research with. So it gave me all these ideas, okay? And I think this is a helpful tool because people are trying to figure out what the hell do I actually blog about. So we'll go over here to the Keyword Explorer and we'll take that away. And then we'll also put in best post idea, blog post idea, and we'll see what it comes back with. So we've got best post, best blog post idea, blog post ideas, check here. All right, so we've got low competition, 1,400 searches a month, blog post ideas generator. So that is a tool. So we'll look in here, blog post ideas generator. Now competitive a little bit, search volume 90. Are we going to rank for this? Maybe, maybe not. But blog post ideas, I think I can help people with this and the generator all in one. So this is going to be like a blog post with the tool. I want to help people figure out different blog post ideas. I'm currently building a tool that will help with this, but I think it'd be great to outline helpful stuff for these people so that they can use the tool, but also read up on the strategy involved in ranking and gaining organic search traffic. Blog post ideas. Okay, so how to come up with the best blog post ideas that actually rank in Google. We're going to open Canvas so we can start implementing this, and we'll say, I want this to help local businesses specifically. Can we tailor it to that? Now it's going to come up with the actual strategy, and it's pretty much writing the blog post for me. And let's see if it's doing a good job. So why local blog posts matter if you're a local business owner. They don't all lead to sales or traffic. It's true. Local SEO formula for best blog post ideas. Okay, so best time of the year to prune trees in Phoenix. How to get a passport photo in Chicago. Top 5 chiropractors in Miami. Now, people might, if you run a local business, you might shy away from naming the other businesses in your area, but I would just caution that you might be overlooking some free money because you don't have to link to those other businesses. But if you just name them, then you can start coming up for their search traffic. So if there's Ted's Plumbers in Miami, Florida, and you run Billy's Plumbers, if you named Ted in your list here and you don't link to them, you can get Ted's actual search traffic. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so this is all good. Validating the ideas. This is all great. Okay, good. Please expand where possible. Run through the top 25 local business types that someone would likely be running. All right, so now it's going to do a revision. All right, so now it revised our blog post. Okay, so how to come up with blog post ideas that actually rank for local businesses, why it matters. Also, is there a tie-in with Google My Business? Because a lot of Google My Business, Yelp, etc. A lot of businesses run these different pages and services. So if we can get a mention of that, it's just going to make us a little more relevant. Talks about business profiles, third-party listings, all this good stuff, okay? Let's copy our blog post. This is pretty good. How to come up with blog posts that actually rank. Helpful stuff. Let's just ask it, do you feel this will rank in Google? And blog post ideas. What we're going to do is actually search this AI overview, and we'll see what comes up. Okay, so we've got some images, videos. These are old videos. This one's from February. This is from 2022. This is from a month ago. We've got Reddit discussions from a year, 2 years ago. This is old stuff. Pinterest post from also 2022. I think there's a good opportunity here. So now I'm going to take this URL, the top ranking result. We'll go to Site Explorer, and we're just going to check it to see what it shows up for. Okay, so we can see here, this was pretty dormant, and then all of a sudden, this year in April, it actually took off. So this is all recent rankings for this content. So let's actually check out the post itself, and let's see if there's a date on it. No date, but what we can do is we can see what ChatGPT thinks. Do you think it will rank in Google? This is the current top result. Now it's going to do a strategy change. Okay, so it's actually giving me notes here. So it just gave me notes. It compares your post to the current top post and how yours serves a different intent, giving it real ranking potential in the local business space. Would you like me now to write the title tag, meta description? No. I want you to revise my blog post so we can position it better than what I gave you. Let's see what it comes back with, why it works, what makes a blog post rank locally, which is true. I could say this from actual experience here, that when you start targeting different areas of your business, let's say that you typically service trees around your neighborhood, what you could start doing is actually mentioning the different parks and the different neighborhoods and all the different things that go into that, because it's just going to boost your local relevance through the roof. So we're giving where to find local blog ideas, reviews, right? So you could literally check your reviews, stuff like that. 25 ideas. This is fabulous. Your blog post has been fully rewritten for stronger positioning, clear search intent alignment, and better click-through potential. I like this, so I'm going to copy it. We're going to go over to Grammarly, and we're going to check it for plagiarism. We want to make sure that we are at 2% or below. All right, so we're at 2%, so that's typically good. I'm not super worried about this because that's so generic. And lawn care, spring lawn care. Okay, so we could just change this to summer if we wanted to, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and create our new blog post. We'll go to the website right here, paste that in. This is our title. We're gonna make sure that our slug is blog post ideas. That way we're aligned with the keyword, blog post ideas, blog post ideas. First sentence, blog post ideas, important. We'll get rid of the call to action because we're gonna put the tool on the page itself. Now we're gonna do two things. We're actually gonna embed this video on the page and the tool. We're gonna ask ChatGPT for an iframe. And what an iframe is basically a method of embedding a page on another page. So we have a PHP file that we're going to put on the web server, and we're going to embed that into our blog post. So when we actually take a look at the blog post here, I'm going to drop it right here, and an iframe is just going to put it into a nice box so it fits nicely. So please give me an HTML iframe that's centered, that will resize nicely on mobile. So that's our iframe. Copy. Go back to our post. Go into code. That's just junk. Paste. Go to visual. We've got nothing there. And that's because we haven't set the actual iframe yet. We're going to ask it, what are the top 50 types of local businesses people tend to run in the United States? Okay, restaurants, shops, repair. Excellent. While that works, we're going to paste this in. We're going to run this next, and we're going to run it into Canvas so that we get the actual PHP file. And we can already tell that it's doing a good job because we're getting like daycare, laundromat, nail salon, hair salon, all these different things. So this is actually really good. Pull up the hosting here. So this is the cPanel of my site, one of the sites that I run. And we're going to actually click here on upload. And we're going to create using Sublime, paste it in, save. We'll go back to our web host right here, and we're just gonna re-upload this. Bloop, just like that. See if this actually loads properly, and it did. So now we've got our blog post ideas blog post. We've got our tool embedded using the iframe. This is great. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to use this to write a blog post. So if you run a hair salon or barbershop, how to care for colored hair at home. Let's say that that is our blog post topic. We'll go to ChatGPT. We're going to say, go to 4.0. We're going to say, I need to know how to care for colored hair at home. Please research. Now, obviously, whatever business you're running, it is on you to do the actual research and to make sure that this is actually good information, because sometimes you will get wrong or malformed information from the AI. So you need to do your due diligence to make sure that this is good stuff, because after all, this is your business. And if you're actually trying to get people in the door, then you need to do a good job. So how to care for colored hair at home. Okay, gave a bunch of ideas. What might someone need to know if they're searching this? Do you understand the search intent? Now we're also going to angle it because we want these readers to actually come to our nail salon. So got all this stuff. We want it to write it and say, please outline the blog post and make sure the CTA is to get people into our salon. Now it's going to outline it. This is great. Please write the blog post. Make sure not to number the headings. We don't want section 1, section 2. We want make the headings human and include tables, comparison tables, etc., so that it's easy to read. Now it's going to do the revision. So here's our blog post title. Here's our revision. This is our blog post. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit better. Okay, watch this. Please write 5 clickbaity titles for the blog post. Okay, so gave me stop wrecking your hair color, 10 salon secrets to use at home, why your hair color fades so fast, right? Color treated hair, do this before you wash it again. Excellent. Rewrite the blog post aimed for this title. Now it's going to go through and it's going to give us a really good blog post because it is targeted not just at treating your hair at home, but it's also got a title that people would actually be interested in doing. So we're actually hooking an audience to pay attention to us. Now it did an okay job. Please revise. This seems very thin. Expand where possible. Please include a comparison table. Okay, so color treated hair, do this before washing it again. Pre-wash ritual, don't wash too soon after coloring. Here's a table. Again, you need to go through this and make sure that this is accurate stuff. If it's telling you to do a DIY option, try it. Do it yourself. And then you could actually say to your customers, hey, this worked, this didn't work. We're going to copy that. We'll go to Grammarly, new document, paste, check for plagiarism, see how we did. 3%, so we've got focus on the lens and that. So we could actually just change this word, or we could like literally remove the sentence, but you want to aim for 2% or below. So apply the oil to dry hair before stepping into the shower. Focus on lengths and ends. You know, like don't touch the roots. And then we got it down to the 2%, which I like to stay below. And you've got yourself your blog post, and you can literally copy paste that, put that on your site. There's a pretty decent chance that you could show up for that in Google. And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys found it interesting and helpful. And just want to remind you that if you're struggling with your local SEO or any SEO, that you can head to mattmakesmoney.com and you can actually click a link on that page that will take you to a one-on-one booking with me. I will meet with you for 45 minutes. I will share my screen. I will show you all the good stuff, whatever it is that you need so that you could be successful. And I offer a money-back guarantee. And on that note, I'll catch you on the next video very soon.